Hey, it's H here, and today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SHIBA INU with ticker SHIB. First we're taking a look into some classical technical analysis, and after that I'm going to show you a couple different Elliott wave counts. If you don't know what that is, there is a link on screen right now where you can learn the basics. Without further ado, let's get going. So this chart is from Binance and can be found on Tradingview. The price history starts from around May 2021, and the price history behind it that I'm going to share you later when we're checking out the Elliott wave counts is from CoinMarketCap. So let's check out some important levels that we have. So basically this volume profile is from the start of this whole coin history, and it's going to give some kind of like important levels for us. So let's check those out first. So the point of control, most volume traded, is down here, really low. I think that is 6 zeros or something. No, only 5 zeros and 720. There's also a weekly at that same point, which is going to give a nice support if we ever get down here. On a bit closer time, there is also this range value area high of this whole range again, lining up pretty well with the weekly, right around 4 zeros and 3. There's also this range that is a bit more local. Let's take a look. So this is again the low from the 2022 January 22nd to the current price, or to the current date, sorry. Point of control lining up really well with a daily that has been tested and went through, so that in itself is definitely not a good level on itself. But again, the point of control of this whole range is a significant level. For this move, again, there is also this golden pocket that is going to support if we decide to come down here. I'm going to set an alarm for myself here. So again, that's 4 zeros and 2 5 around there. Above us, there's a different weekly and a daily level. Don't see too much on that at the moment to be a significant level of support anymore. I feel like both of those have been visited multiple times, and again higher would be this weekly up here. Yeah, I think that's all I want to share on those ones. So let's check out the major corrections and start looking into the Elliott wave counts. So again, we can see two basic large dips here. First one around 90%, second one 81%. So here is the history behind, or from the CoinMarketCap. This is drawn around by hand from a picture, so don't get this too or don't get too caught about this, as it is not really precise. But yeah, this gives some kind of information which looks like a really nice clean impulse wave. First a 1 2 3 4 5, and you can check that in CoinMarketCap if you would like to. Now this brings us to these highs here at the May 10th 2021, 4 zeros and 5. Then we took a nice dump at 90% down to this potential wave 2. Now take this area with a grain of salt. This hasn't been on exchanges that I found on Tradingview, so I'm not really sure if we should ignore this completely or not. But if we do not ignore it, this is most likely a 1-2 of some higher degree, whether it is primary or cycle, I'm not sure. Now, in any case, I charted this just in case, so we get some kind of view what is happening. So this is what I found is an impulse wave into an A, or 5-way structure into A, then A, B, C into B of intermediary, and 5-way structure again to C. Is not the C, last C is definitely not beautiful, but it is not overlapping, the 4 is not overlapping with the 1, and therefore it is valid. And 3 is definitely not shortest as well. Now that brings us to the lows, real lows of this chart. So basically we could start our count from here as well. Here we got a 5-way structure that could be labeled a couple of different ways. I chose this one. It shows nice clear structures with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Around there, this is wave 4 area, and around here is wave 2, whether you take this as a lower 1, 2 or not. Not much to say about this one. The highest all-time high that this took us is 4 zeros and 885. Next one, we're going to be looking at the correction downwards. So this is again a possible wave 2, whether it finishes here or comes down a bit later. We'll look into those options in a bit. Let's dive into, let's see if we can get more structure showing on 2 hours. So again, from the all-time highs, it is really 3-wave-ish. This whole move, I've labeled it as WXY. I'm sure there could be found another way or multiple other ways to label this, but I went through up to the micro here just to see some structures that could be valid, and found this one to be at least working for now. I don't see too much point going through other options here, as it is not related to current price and it doesn't seem to affect it anymore at all. This retracement again here is from this chart's all-time low, possible primary to low, up to the all-time highs, and we see that we almost retraced to the golden pocket. Not quite, but this again means that we have retraced more than 50%, meaning that this could actually be already done. But more on that in a bit. So that brings us to these levels here around the 22nd of January. Brings us around 4017. Now then we have, let's go back again a bit closer to see the wave structure. So here I've gone up to sub-micro level, and this is how I labeled this move up to here. Now this looked to me like possible 5-wave structure, so I squeezed it in. There's no overlap between the 1 and 4, but the 5th is truncated, so keep that in mind. First one is extended, but yeah, nothing major on this first wave. I marked it SA because again this last leg here looks to be like a 5-way structure with clean subdivisions of the waves, and we get a nice 1.618 extension for this whole wave structure all the way up to C. On a lower time frame or lower degree sub-minuet here, this 1.618 hits the third wave perfectly again on 1.618. The rest of the correction here is, I'll just label it as WXY. Loads of 3-wave corrections in itself, and yeah, that's how I managed to squeeze this count in. So this minuet count here is a zigzag. Now another possibility we had for this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, but 5 just didn't happen. We got to the 1.618, which was expected if this was an impulse wave, but again, even after coming down 38.2% for the wave 2, the most common retracement, this structure looked fine. Just after the price came down below this 0.5, we could be expecting that this is no longer a impulse wave. Around here, 22nd of February, we saw invalidation for this count, so we can disregard this. But all the way up to here, this looked possible for a fifth wave to come. Now, let's bring this up again. So from local highs to all the way to the current price action up to this point at April 12th, this is what I've got. WXY again, loads of 3-way moves, zigzag here for the Y wave, so we get another WXY. We get some nice extension targets around the 764 and on the sub minuet, and on minuet, the light blue, we get nice 1.618 just around here for 4 zeros and 21. After that, we have few different possibilities now, which is definitely not clear. We got this nice 3-wave move up here as a zigzag, a WXY. I will label this last one just because of this price action here. I guess you could fit a zigzag here as well. I didn't feel like digging through these subwaves here, so I just label it a WXY. It doesn't really matter. At this point we see that the low is here, and from there we seem to be starting some kind of new structure. Here again, ABC, I labeled that as a impulse, a zigzag, and here had to dig into micro to see these structures, so WXY, mostly because of these last legs look like more like a zigzag than an impulsive move. I guess you could be saying that 1, 2 is here and this would be massive, but it's just not the right look for it. Now, that being said, the overall structure here, what is this, is a bit confusing. Now, this is the first option. First, let's take a look at this arrow here. So this, what is this? Sorry, retracement tool is again brought from these lows here around the 22nd of February up to the highs here at 1st of March. And this would bring the B wave here. So this would be A wave, B wave would come close to the flat pocket or minimum requirement for flat. This is like 0.4%. Do we care about that? I'm not sure. I wouldn't. It is close enough for me to say that this could be a possible C wave. It is really impulsive, as you see here, and it doesn't look like we have some kind of ABC that would be correlated to something before it. So I would like to think this is a new structure, although it is not visible, at least on 1 hour time frame, where the 3, 4 is. Maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, that's up to interpretation at lower time frames. But yeah, this is one option. to keep in mind. So let's start with this. This would bring the overall structure like so, and we would have this structure before it. So this would be first, second and third. Now again, issue with this one is that it's not even clear to or close to the 0.618 extension area that I would at least myself like to have it go to. But there is again a solution for that, and it's pretty simple. Instead of having this structure connected to this one, we just use this as a separate structure completely, and now we would be looking for a wave structure down, where we would be connecting this first leg with this box to another wave down. And that is pretty simple to me. And after that is done, we would be connect this large wave here to this one, and then another wave up. That is a possibility. Again, we would need to look more into this correction or this downtrend that would be happening next, but this is definitely a possibility. Option 2 is this one. On this one, we clearly go beyond the minimum requirement for the flat correction, so above the 85% retracement, and this looks like a basic flat correction to me. So A, B, C, but there's again issues as the usual. If we want to pair it up with this move here, this one box has taken more time than these two together, so I'm not really sure. It doesn't look good at all pairing up this last leg with these two previous legs. So meh, that's why the name. So this again was the one that we had previously, and 0.618 for this move from top to bottom to this point, 0.618 down here. This is measured just because I wanted to share this one. Is it possible for this to be first leg, this to be second, and have it paired like this instead? Well, the 618 down here is not connected to this one, so again, there's no real rules about that, but I feel like I would not prefer this one, although it is the same basic structure at the end, or the wave direction, I guess, as the previously presented option. So you can make up your mind on yourself. I prefer the first option, this one with this kind of structure, where we would be connecting this here, here and here. On a larger scale, this would be looking something like this, and again this would be a three-wave structure, and depending on how high it goes, we would be looking at an WXY overall or a ABC. For it to be an ABC, again, as I've labeled this first move as a three-way move, we would be needing to come really high. Let's see if I get this pretty close. So we would need to come around these areas for this wave structure for it to be able to be a B wave. And let me label that for you so we understand what I'm talking about. Whether it's B or X, not sure. But again, for it to be a B, it needs to come above this area for 4069. After that we will be looking again a massive dump, but yeah, most likely I would assume it's a WXY connecting this structure here with this one for the last leg here. But yeah, I think that's my view on SHIB. Let me know if you have another coin you would like me to analyze, or whether you have a different count you would like to share, and maybe on an update video I would be checking that out as well. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye.